Welcome back to Insights That Matters. So, we often talk about finances, as this big, complex thing. But what if I told you everyone has kind of secret weapons, like financial superpowers? Today, we are diving deep into what those superpowers are and how they can help you on your financial journey, especially here in India.
That's right. It's not always about, complicated formulas or market predictions.
Right.
Sometimes the biggest difference maker is understanding your inherent strengths when it comes to money.
Okay, so let's unpack this. One surprising insight is that the most popular superpower is actually something pretty straightforward: disciplined saving and investing.
It might sound basic, but think about it. In a place like India, where we have so many demands on our finances, families, social obligations, the desire to enjoy life, consistently putting money aside is a serious superpower.
Yeah.
Like building a financial fortress brick by brick.
But isn't it tough?
Yeah.
Especially with the rising cost of living. I mean, even putting aside a small amount, like 10,000 rupees a month, feels like a big commitment.
I get it. But here's where the magic of compounding comes in. You see, it's not just about how much you save initially, but how that money grows over time. Imagine that 10,000 rupees a month invested wisely over a decade. Thanks to the power of compounding, it could turn into a pretty substantial nest egg, enough for a down payment on a house or your child's education or even early retirement.
It's really making me want to start saving right now. But seriously, that's a great point. It's not about making huge sacrifices. It's about consistency. Speaking of which, another superpower that came up is debt-free living. We all know how common home loans are in India, but the sense of freedom that comes with being debt-free, that's a superpower in itself.
Absolutely. Imagine no more EMIs weighing you down, more income freed up for other goals. And it's not just financial freedom, it's mental freedom. Think about the stress that melts away when you don't have those looming loan payments. It allows you to make clearer, more rational financial decisions.
So it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
Less stress and more financial flexibility.
Yeah.
But what if you're still working towards being debt-free? Is there a superpower for that?
You bet. Living below your means is like the invisible cloak of financial well-being. You see, in India, there's a lot of pressure to keep up with the Joneses, especially as our economy grows. But real financial security often comes from resisting that temptation and making conscious choices about where your money goes.
It's almost like a secret weapon.
Right.
Right? It doesn't have the same wow factor as some of the other superpowers, but it's incredibly effective for building wealth steadily over time.
Exactly. And it's interesting. Financial well-being isn't just about penny pinching. It's also about enjoying life.
Right.
That brings us to a superpower that really resonated with me: guilt-free enjoyment.
I love that. So many people, especially in India, are taught to save every rupee, but we also need to enjoy life. Right.
Of course. It's all about finding the right balance. Think of it this way. The whole point of saving is to enjoy a better future. So why not enjoy the present as well? Indulging in things that bring you joy, maybe a holiday, a special meal, or even just a weekend getaway. That's part of a balanced financial life.
That's such an important reminder. It's not about denying yourself. It's about spending consciously and intentionally on things that truly matter to you.
Yes.
Okay, I'm feeling empowered already, but there's one more superpower I want to explore before we move on. How do we fit all this financial planning into our already busy lives?
That's where the superpower of a balanced life comes in. We all know how easy it is to get swept up in the hustle and bustle, letting work or finances dominate our lives. But remember, well-being isn't just about money. It's about mental and physical health, time for yourself, and strong relationships.
It's like they say you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're burnt out and stressed, your financial decisions will likely suffer too.
Precisely. Financial well-being and overall well-being go hand in hand. It's like a dance, a delicate balance between working towards your financial goals while nurturing all other aspects of your life.
That's such a great point. It's not just about earning money. It's about living a fulfilling life. We've covered some pretty powerful financial superpowers already. Are you ready to delve into some of the less common ones?
I'm ready when you are. These might be less common, but they offer some fascinating insights.
Then stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back with more Insights That Matters.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we're getting into some of those less common but equally intriguing financial superpowers.
Here's where things get really interesting. These aren't always about money itself, but rather a relationship with it.
Right.
And frankly, these might be even more valuable than the first set we talked about.
Exactly. Take the superpower of money doesn't control me. It's about emotional detachment from money. Think about it. In India, money is often tied to family expectations, societal status, even our sense of self-worth.
Oh, I totally get that. There's so much pressure to succeed financially. Sometimes it feels like money is calling all the
But
shots.
the superpower is about recognizing that money is simply a tool.
Yeah.
It's about making rational decisions based on your values, not driven by fear, greed, or those external pressures.
So it's like taking back control of the steering wheel.
Right.
Money is there to help you reach your destination, but you're the one deciding where to go. That's a powerful image, especially when it feels like we're always chasing the next rupee.
Precisely. And speaking of taking control, let's talk about early net worth. Now, this one might seem like it's out of reach for some, but it's more about the mindset than the actual numbers.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, sure, if you start investing in your 20s, you have a huge advantage. But what if you're a bit further along in life?
It's never too late to build a strong financial foundation. Every step you take towards building your net worth, no matter when you start, is a victory. It's about recognizing the importance of investing early and consistently, even if it's a small amount. Remember, even small seeds can grow into mighty trees with enough time and care.
That's a great analogy, especially for our listeners who might feel like they missed the boat on early investing. It's not about dwelling on the past, but focusing on what you can control now. So what about that feeling we all crave, peace of mind? Is that a superpower too?
You're talking about stress-free about money. It's the holy grail of financial well-being. And while it's natural to have some financial concerns, this superpower is about managing that stress effectively.
Because worrying about money doesn't actually solve anything, does it?
Exactly. It often just makes things worse. This superpower is about building a solid financial plan, seeking professional advice when needed, and even practicing mindfulness techniques to calm those money anxieties.
So it's like having a financial safety net, knowing you've taken steps to protect yourself and your loved ones. That sense of security can be so freeing.
Absolutely. Now let's address the elephant in the room: high income. In a society where wealth is often celebrated, it's easy to see a high income as a superpower. But it's not always what it seems.
Right. You can earning a good salary, but still feel financially insecure. It's not just about how much you make, it's about how you manage it.
Precisely. This superpower is about recognizing that while a high income can be a blessing, it comes with its own set of responsibilities. It's about using that income wisely to build a secure future, not falling into the trap of lifestyle inflation or overspending.
So it's like having a powerful tool. It can be used for good or for ill, depending on the choices you make. Speaking of unexpected financial boosts, what about those who benefit from family wealth?
Legacy wealth, an interesting one indeed. In India, family inheritance is quite common, but this superpower is about approaching inherited wealth responsibly.
Because it's not just free money, right? It comes with its own set of complexities and potential pitfalls.
Exactly. It's about viewing legacy wealth as an opportunity to further your financial goals, not as a free pass to a life of luxury. It requires careful planning, smart investments, and a clear understanding of your financial responsibilities.
So it's not about squandering the wealth, but using it as a springboard to create something even greater. That's a really mature perspective. Now, this last superpower, I think, is the ultimate aspiration for most people. No worries about the future.
It's the feeling of true financial freedom, knowing that you've built a solid foundation and can face the future with confidence. It's about having a plan in place for the unexpected and enjoying the present moment without constantly stressing about what lies ahead.
It's like reaching the summit of a mountain after a long climb. You can finally take a deep breath, enjoy the view, and appreciate the journey that got you there. Wow, we've explored a diverse set of financial superpowers today, some common, some rare, but each one offering valuable lessons for our financial journeys.
It's been fascinating to unpack these different strengths and see how they play out in real life. Remember, these superpowers are within everyone's reach.
And it's not about having them all, it's about identifying the ones that resonate with you and cultivating them over time. But there's one final thought I want to leave you with. As we've been talking about these superpowers, it struck me that it's not about being perfect in every area.
Yeah.
We all have our strengths and weaknesses, right?
Absolutely. It's about recognizing which of these financial superpowers you naturally gravitate towards, which ones feel most attainable for you right now, and focusing on developing those further.
So instead of trying to be a superhero in every aspect of finance, you're saying it's more about understanding our own unique combination of superpowers.
Exactly. Maybe you're already a rock star at disciplined saving but struggle with guilt-free enjoyment. Or perhaps living below your means comes naturally to you, but you haven't quite mastered the art of emotional detachment from money.
Right.
It's all about self-awareness and building on your strengths.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like a personalized approach to financial well-being, recognizing that there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Precisely. And that brings me to a question for you, dear listener. Which of these superpowers resonates most with you? Which one do you feel you could really lean into and develop to transform your financial journey?
That's a great question to ponder. It might be one we've discussed today, or maybe you have a superpower that's unique to you. Whatever it is, remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
And every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to achieving your financial goals and living a life of true abundance.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into financial superpowers, I want to leave you with this thought. It's not about waiting for a windfall or a sudden change in circumstances. It's about taking control, embracing your strengths, and making conscious choices that align with your values.
Remember, financial well-being is within your reach. Start small, stay consistent, and watch as your financial superpowers propel you towards a brighter future.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive into financial superpowers, we'd love for you to share with your friends and family who might also benefit from these insights.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful deep dives into topics that matter. We're here to empower you on your journey to financial freedom and well-being.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep those financial superpowers shining bright.